for the reorganization meeting, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'll make sure that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now have the invocation by Imam Amin Mohammed.
We pray in the name of God that He gives this council the integrity and the strength and the wisdom to govern this city in the best manner for its residents. May He unify the hearts of our city, the hearts of our council, with our new mayor, all of them working together on behalf of the city to bring Atlantic City to the state of prosperity that lasts for generations to come. May God give us all wisdom to work together, to understand the benefit of cooperation with each other, and to avoid dissent and have us as one heart, one city, one group. In the name of God we pray.
Amen.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law by the city clerk, sending to the press and the Philadelphia Inquirer on January 6, 2017, and published on January 9, 2017, and to the Star Ledger on January 19, 2017, and published on January 21, 2017. A list of the meetings for the Council of the City of Atlantic City, including notice of the meeting scheduled for January 1, 2018, at 12 p.m. in the Hank Tyner Council Chambers, Room 206, City Hall, 1301 Bacharach Boulevard, and also a copy of said notice was posted by the City Clerk on the bulletin board, main lobby, first floor, on same date. All of the aforesaid complies with NJSA 10:4-6, et sec, known as the Senator Byron M. Baer Open Public Meetings Law, and NJSA 40:69A-179. Reports and recommendations from the mayor. Ordinances number 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, and 43 of 2017 were signed by the mayor on December 14, 2017. I will go over the instructions for the nomination procedure for council president. I am the presiding officer for the selection of council president. As per Robert's Rules of Order, the process of making floor nominations for the office of council president is subject to the following rules. I will ask for any nominations for the position of council president. I will then make a motion to close nominations. Robert's Rules does not require a nomination to be seconded, though a second will be entertained. After nominations are closed, I will call for a vote on the candidates in the order which they were nominated. Be advised that the first candidate to receive the majority of the votes, 5 or more, will be declared the council president. No further voting will take place for any remaining candidates. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes.
Okay. Floor is open for nominations.
I nominate Marty Smalls for council president.
Second.
Any further nominations?
Yep, I nominate myself.
I second the nomination.
Any further nominations?
We'll flip that coin. We'll flip that coin. We talked about that, right?
Okay. No further nominations?
We'll flip that
Then I
coin.
make a motion to close nominations.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Scared, Mark?
Okay, the order will be, first was Council President Marty Small, motion by Councilman Randolph.
Let y'all know,
Chang?
we made a pact. We were gonna flip a coin to see who would support who.
Chang?
No.
Delgado?
No.
Fauntleroy?
No.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
5 in the affirmative, Council President and Marty Small.
We can see your reputation.
now have resolution number 2, and this is the appointment of council vice president.
I make the nomination for Aaron Randolph.
Second. Second.
I nominate Jimmy Chang.
Second. I make a motion that nominations are closed.
Okay, so the first nomination was for Councilman Randolph. Chang,
No.
Delgado,
No.
Fauntleroy,
No.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
Councilman Randolph is vice president. Resolution number 3 is the appointment of Class 3 member of the Planning Board.
I make a motion to nominate Councilman Kaleem Shabazz.
I second that.
I nominate the newly elected Jeffrey Fauntleroy.
Can I second that? No, that was a question, can I?
Yeah, you can.
You can, but just remember, a second is not necessary.
I'm new to this, just
Okay.
asking.
Absolutely.
I got it.
I make a motion to close nominations.
Second.
So for first nominated Councilman Shabazz, Chang,
No.
Delgado,
No.
Fauntleroy,
No.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
5 in the affirmative, Councilman Shabazz is our Class 3 member. Resolution number 4 is the appointment of council member to the purchasing board.
I nominate Marty Small.
I'll second that nomination.
That was cute. I nominate Jeffrey Fauntleroy. I make a motion to close nominations.
I'm not the same guy anymore.
Okay. First in nomination, Councilman Small, Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
Absolutely.
Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
No.
Marsh,
No.
Randolph,
No.
Shabazz,
No.
and Small.
No.
Resolution fails. Second nomination, Fauntleroy.
Excuse me, we didn't read the rules yet, for this year, but we're here to handle the people's business, whether you agree with going up here or not. Please keep your comments to yourself. I thank you.
For Jeffrey Fauntleroy to the purchasing board, Chang,
No.
Delgado,
You want it, Jeff?
Sure.
Okay, yes.
Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
I'm no longer the
Marsh.
same person. Welcome to the new me.
Marsh,
We're gonna have fun.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, Councilman Fauntleroy is the purchasing board. Resolution 5 is the adoption of Robert's Rules of Order as the rules of procedures to be followed by council.
Move it.
Second.
Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
If we adhere to them, yes.
Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
8 in the affirmative. Resolution 6 is the 2018 council meeting dates.
Motion.
As listed, they are tentatively the third Wednesday of each month.
Well, Paula, I do have a change.
Okay.
or two. Make a motion to amend.
Motion to amend.
Point information, what's the amendment?
We're going to adjust some dates. Yes, we're going to do it now.
Is there a motion made?
Yes.
Point of clarification, was a motion in a second?
Yes.
So we're in discussion?
Yes. Okay, going to give his amendment.
In the month of October, it was brought to my attention that was during the Yom Kippur holiday, so we want to respect that. We'll move it to the next week, the 24th. Any others?
Council President, I'd like to add that this delay that we've sort of been placed to do as in once a month has come to a disadvantage to the city itself as far as the clerk is concerned, as well as the city residents who pay the bills. And I would adhere, or at least suggest that we explore the potential for us going back every other week. So at least if we have to do state-associated business, we can do it at one embarkment, and then in the second one, having to do with city business and some of the issues where we honor individuals, maybe highlight some of our youth and some of their great accomplishments and things like this, so we can have consistent flow. Because in the process that we are right now, it seems like the details and the devil are working against us.
This, for the public's clarification, this has been deliberated for over a year. And I remember maybe in November, Ms. Leonard still came up and asked, why are we meeting once a month? Under the current state takeover law, and you have to understand the clerk's office is extremely overwhelming. City council supervises the clerk's office. And for efficiency and to get documents back in time, it's best that we go under this format unless things change. To have a meeting for the sake of having a meeting when it's just causing all kind of chaos in the office, that's not conducive to good government. And we're going to continue this way once a month because the state needs to take 15 days to review each and every item on this agenda, other boards and commissions in the city before it is, quote, approved or denied. So we're not going to get away in that. We're just going to move forward with this once a month meeting.
Mr. President, could I, didn't the city clerk's office request this because of the volume of work and backup?
Yes,
For the
exactly.
education of the public?
Council President.
And excuse me, and you have to understand that sitting up here once a month, twice a month, is not the only duty of the job of a councilman. Some people actually do work in the community and,
Got that right.
do things like that, so.
That's without question, I can attest to that.
All right,
Well, with all due respect, Council President.
Mr. Numo.
With all due respect, Council President.
Mr. Numo, can you please, just follow the procedure? I
Diane,
understand
it's
that-
called Robert's Rules.
No,
I'm asking for a friendly
no,
amendment.
it's not. I'm having a discussion on the floor. Listen, listen.
We just
we're-
talked about Robert's
we're-
Rules of Order, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Adhere to the
We're
law.
professional. I'm not going
Adhere
to sit
to
up
the
here
law.
and let you grandstand.
what?
And,
Speak the law.
listen, we are dealing with the people's business. We're not going to
It's
deal
the
with,
people's business.
we're not going to deal with agendas. It's always. the
It's not
people's
an
business.
agenda. I'm asking for, again, if we're talking about Robert's Rules of Orders,
But
let's ensure that we follow the
Okay,
rules.
well, let's set an example for the public when someone is speaking, you don't
So speak
overtalk
what
them.
you know.
Council President,
So,
may
can I
I
have a
may I just
point of
step in with regard to
clarification,
Robert's
please?
rules?
Because you have to address the chair in order to speak, and you
Sir,
didn't address
point of
him.
Let me just step in
Ask our
as far as
solicitor.
Robert's rules. Are you requesting to speak? So if you are, just make the request to
I
the council
was making
president.
a friendly amendment.
Okay.
But you have to, I was speaking, Councilman, so in order to speak, if we
You
are
were
addressing.
elaborating, sir. You were wasting time by elaborating. Instead of just speaking what I was saying, and I'll add the amendment.
Listen.
He's asking for a friendly amendment. Are you recognizing him?
No, I'm not recognizing. No. Call the vote.
Okay, as revised, Resolution 6, the change from October 17 to October 24. Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
No.
Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative.
It's the calendar, I want change.
Resolution
How about the holiday?
7,
Point of
Is-
information, was that a vote on the amendment or a vote on the actual resolution?
Amendment wasn't entertained.
The council president had an amendment.
She said as amended.
So that was the resolution as amended.
The resolution as
Thank you.
So if it's as amended, I will rescind my vote. I'll go back to a yes in respects to those who follow the Jewish faith, but it's about the calendar and not the faith, so let's not get sensitive.
And, Paul, did December 12th going into
I'm sorry?
December 12th,
You
from
wanted
the
to-
19th to the 12th?
19 to the 12. Okay, so we hear this again, it was revised to reflect a change from October 17 to 24 and from December 19 to 12. And Councilman Delgado would like to change to an affirmative vote,
Yes.
and that makes it 8 in the affirmative. Resolution 7 is the procedure for Okay. I'm going to recall the vote to include the second revision to this resolution. Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
Can you please explain?
I'm recalling the vote as the change was in December from 19 to December 12.
To identify Yom Kippur?
No, that was October 17, changed to 24.
It's an additional change?
Yes.
Is there any holidays involved? No? Okay. No.
No? Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative. As revised. Resolution 7, procedure for placing items on the council agenda.
Move it.
Second.
Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
Yes.
Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
8 in the affirmative. Resolution 8 is the designation of the press as the official newspaper.
Move it. Second.
Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
No.
Fauntleroy,
No.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
yes.
and Small.
Yes.
6 in the affirmative, 2 in the negative. Resolution 9, confirming the official cash management plan for the city of Atlantic City.
Move it.
Second.
Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
Yes.
Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
That's 8 in the affirmative. Resolution number 10 is authorization for the Director of Revenue and Finance to invest in tax-exempt municipal obligations.
Move it.
Second.
Chang,
Yes.
Delgado,
Can I get a clarification on that? Municipal obligations meaning what?
we're actually actually calling a vote.
While you're in the middle of the vote,
Proceed with the vote. Proceed with the vote.
we need to get a chance to discuss it.
Proceed with the vote.
Delgado,
No.
Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Kurtz,
I also have a question on this, so I'm voting no.
Marsh,
Yes.
Randolph,
Yes.
Shabazz,
Yes.
and Small.
Yes.
6 in the affirmative, 2 in the negative. Resolution 11 is the authorization to fix percentages on interest rates.
Make a motion.
Second.
Chang?
Yes.
Oh, wait, one moment. Your question?
No, I thought you were supposed to.
Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
No.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative. Resolution 12 is the authorization for interest on delinquent taxes at the rate of 8% for the first 1,500 and 18% on any excess amount per annum.
Move it.
Second.
Question. Director. Normally at this meeting, don't we adjust the percentages for the residents?
No, this is the same resolution that we've had for several years.
No, but I'm saying, but I know we were kind of trying to make it easy on the taxpayers.
This is the same resolution and amount that we've had for several years.
Yeah, we always adjust the percentages to make it favorable for the residents in case of a delinquency. All right, well, we're gonna pull this until next meeting. We'll talk about it in committee.
Resolution 12 is postponed.
Yeah.
Resolution 13 is the authorization for an accelerated tax sale.
Move it.
Second.
Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
No.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative. Resolution 14 is the authorization for the municipal tax collector to cancel any tax refunds for delinquencies of less than $10.
Move it.
Second.
Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
8 in the affirmative. Resolution 15 is the authorization for the municipal tax collector to mail notices to property owners in lieu of 2 publications for notice of tax sale.
Move it.
Second.
That's fine.
I cut my mic off.
Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
No,
Only,
we got five.
no, we're in the middle of a vote. I'll explain that after the vote. Call the vote.
Can you repeat the question, please? I just want to be certain.
This is for the resolution 15.
Okay, answer that question. No.
No. Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, 1 in the
Hold on,
negative.
let me explain the procedures with these microphones. For many of you, if it's your first time here or you haven't been here in a while, we have upgraded our PA system. As you see when we speak, there's a red light on. Only 4, that means your mic is live. So only 4 of them are allowed to be on at one time. And to basically kill the switch of all microphones, you just press the button and you'll hear that sound. So I don't want anybody to accuse anyone's mic being cut off because only 4 of them can be on at once. So just for public clarification. Thank you. Proceed.
Resolution 16 is a resolution to authorize the tax collector to accept partial payments of property taxes.
Move it.
Second.
Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
That's 8 in the affirmative. Now, Resolution 17, unless the mayor has an appointment prepared, we may have to postpone this for the next meeting. This is the appointment to the ABC Control Board.
I gave a name, but we can, unless we had another, unless we can postpone it. We can postpone it.
Okay, this will be postponed until the next meeting.
And, before we proceed, can you please read the statement? You have it down there? About the rules of council chambers? You don't have it? Okay.
Resolution 18 is the resolution authorizing city council president to approve council meeting minutes.
Can I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
That's 8 in the affirmative.
Oh, question. We skipped over 1A. And now, doesn't the meeting turn over to me now?
Oh, the meeting turned over to you after.
Yeah. May I have a motion to group ordinance 1A and regular resolutions?
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Randolph, second by Shabazz. Anyone need to pull anything off? I'm going to,
Paul, do you have an amended agenda?
forward number 22, discussion.
Did you get that in full, number 22 for discussion?
Okay, so we're good with the grouping, no, nothing coming on.
Yeah, just 22. That's it. That's all.
22 is being offered for discussion. Okay, so we will be voting on ordinance 1A, and that's a refunding bond ordinance. Resolution 19, that's an appointment to the Fine Arts Commission. 21, a resolution accepting the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety grant. Resolution 23 is the reappointment of Anthony Rain to the zoning board. 24, reappointment of Eli DeBay to the Housing Authority. Resolution 25 is the appointment of Kara Kurtz as an alternate to the zoning board. 26 is the application to the local finance board in connection with the refunding bond ordinance. 27 is the authorization for emergency bulkhead repair. 28 is the award of contract to Arthur Ponzio for the Massachusetts Avenue bulkhead. 29 is the award of contract to Arthur Ponzio for the Tallahassee Avenue bulkhead. And resolution 30 is the appointment of Keturah Jackson to the Fine Arts Commission. Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
No on 25, yes on the rest.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small.
Yes.
That's 8 in the affirmative, with the one exception, Councilman Delgado voting no on resolution 25. And resolution pulled for discussion is 22, the temporary budget.
Before we go on to that, Councilman Kurtz has a question.
I'd like to be noted as co-sponsor on 27 and 29, please.
with that additional exception, Councilman Kurtz, co-sponsor Resolution 27 and 29.
Keep it in order.
Okay, so Resolution 22 was pulled for discussion.
Yes, I'd like to move it, make a motion to bring number 22 back on the table.
Second that motion.
Sorry, I also want to abstain on 25.
Okay. Abstention, Resolution 25, Councilman Kurtz.
Yes. Directors. 50 million temporary budget.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to approve 35 for now and discuss the rest in committee.
35 million?
No.
Yes. 35 million.
So we also need, in the very beginning, the 29 million for debt service. That's a one-time. So that's a separate number from the 35. 35 will not give us enough.
So
to
the
start
first
business.
debt service payment is 29.
Go ahead.
You just said 30, you just said 29.
Council President, it's 34,286.66. That's principal and interest.
What's the next? What's the next payment?
No, that,
That, no, you have to pay the full amount.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, first you said 24, you said 29, then you said 34. Which one is it?
It's 34.
34 is an annual number required to be, because there are bond issues that have been proved in the past.
I get that.
So the total debt service principal and interest payment for 2018 is 34 million. I took a subtotal number when I said the 29 million. So 34 is total, and then 35 million on top of that allows the city to operate until we have another council meeting.
So out of this 50 million, you said 34 is earmarked towards debt service.
Yes.
No, the total budget is, total temporary budget is 84,888,561.27.
So we understand you don't want to approve that total. What we're asking is that you approve the 34 million and 34 of operating expense until the next meeting.
So 68.
Yes. 69 million then.
Change.
All right, we'll amend it to 50 because of debt service, and we'll discuss the rest in committee.
Okay.
That's 35,
Just-
34 for debt
Total, do
service
what you want.
and the difference for other operating expenses and salaries until the next council meeting.
Council President, not yet, it's early.
We got to do the first quarter now.
No, I mean, the first quarter, not even the first week, it's obligations we have to pay certain things.
Right.
We'll have a committee meeting soon.
Can you give us at least 25 on that?
We'll have a committee meeting soon.
May I?
Council President.
Vice President, may I? What is it, what's the action number that we need to be solvent for the first quarter?
For the first quarter is 50,000.
50 million.
50 mil, I'm sorry, 50 million regular operating. You have obligations you have coming up for attorney's fees, service contracts.
And that, in total, in addition to the 50, how much is that?
In addition to 50.
Oh, all that cut is under 50?
That's under 50, that's just normal operating. Then you have the debt service of 34 million.
Right, so we need like 80,
Yeah. that's
84.
80
Yes, the number we
88,
requested,
That's
yes.
26.25% of the prior year operations.
Okay, so if that number satisfies all our bills, I'm humbly asking the council to give us at 84, so we can pay bills and make sure that we stay fiscally solid, correct?
Right, yes.
This is something that we do every meeting because this is a chance for council to go through it in the Revenue and Finance Committee and approve things. So we're going to proceed with the 50, and then we'll have a Revenue and Finance Committee meeting, and we'll go from there. Yes, Council.
Mayor,
Yes.
50 million is for 2 weeks. And then we'll meet again in addition, but if you want the 80, I have a problem, but 50 is just for 2 weeks, and then we'll come back, and then you have a chance to get through the weeks too.
Okay.
All right.
So, Chairman, can we make it?
Yeah, we have the next council meeting, I forgot that, it should be like mid-January council meeting.
January 17th, right, next month.
You good with that?
Yes.
January 17th is the next council meeting.
Director Stinson, when is our first debt service payment due?
I believe it's January 15th.
And how much
Historically,
is that
it's been-
first payment?
I don't have my debt schedule with me today, Councilman. I can get you that information.
Council President, I make an
But the debt
amendment
is-
to the temporary budget to adjust the number of debt service that we're approving today to the amount of the first payment that is due before our next meeting.
But the debt service
I make a
are
motion.
prior contracts.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you're confusing
But
people.
the debt service is all prior approved by council contract. You pass debt service in one resolution.
You saying it's already been approved, Director?
Yeah, they're all contracts at council that have been executed in full. We have about 10 bond issues already from 2008, 2009, 2010, that we're obligated to make these payments. You make one resolution for those contracts that have been entered into for your full debt service payment for the entire year. And that's what the $34,274,286.66 is.
And we really can't default on the debt payment, can we?
No.
Council President, you're good with 50 for 2 weeks.
We're good for 50. Can we make it?
Let's just call.
We can do the 50, we can do the 32, that will be debt service, and the balance will be
I have a
operations.
motion on the floor.
Can you repeat your motion, please? I think it's.
My motion is to amend the line in the temporary budget for debt service from 34,274,286 and 66 cents to the amount that is due in our first payment that the director references on January 15th.
Move it.
Councilman Kurtz? Councilman Kurtz, if I may, we believe that's 1.96 for that first debt service payment. That's the principal amount, so interest a little bit higher, we'll have to adjust that. But I just caution council to make sure that we have enough funded to allow debt service to be paid. You authorized the bond ordinance at this particular meeting. We have underwriters that we're talking to. This deal will soon be introduced to the market in some preliminary conversations. And we need to make sure we signal to the market that there are sufficient funds, and the city is planning on paying its debt service payments in a timely fashion.
My question to you is, the 50 million should let everybody know. That, and then in 2 weeks, it shouldn't, start on the market that much.
We just want to make sure we don't have a disclosure item in the offering statement. Could be a tough enough deal to get to market.
So just to be clear, there is a motion that is on the table for an amendment
As
from
amended.
Councilman
I said as
Kurtz.
amended. Yes, I'm moving.
For 1.9.
Yes.
Will that amendment, if I can, Mr. President, will the amendment that Councilman Kurtz has offered, will that be sufficient to cover the operating costs as the mayor indicated and the bond issue?
Yes, we talking 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But I'm saying that they're getting ready to run for the bond issue, I'm just,
I mean, to clarify, my motion is strictly dealing with the debt service line item of principal and interest for debt service with no comment or regard or change to the conversation about operating expenses.
So it's 50 million with the debt service limited to what you moved, correct?
Yes.
So that's what the motion is.
So the motion is, will sufficiently cover the entirety of the debt service that's pending at this point. Is that your motion, Councilman?
and the operating, because we have a pay period in there, that's why.
All right, to clarify, my motion strictly deals with the line item in the temporary budget for debt service, principal, and interest, which is currently notated as 34,274,286 and 66 cents. I want that number amended. I believe the director mentions roughly 1.9 with principal and interest. That they can, I asked for the number, nobody knew it. With whatever that payment is, I'm fine with that first payment.
Call the vote, please. Yes, as amended, yes.
Resolution 22 as amended to reflect the total municipal debt service to be 1.96 million plus interest.
For the parliamentary procedure, I think we have to vote on the amendment first before we accept it, adopt it, and move on. Can you get clarification, please?
Yes, I think she's giving the amendment, what it actually is, correct?
Council President mentioned as amended to suggest that it's gonna move forward.
I mentioned as amended because I moved it and someone seconded to get it back on the agenda as amended.
And I believe she's clarifying it now, so if she's not, then we can always address that.
Then we have to vote on the amendment first and then adopt it as amended.
She's saying what the amendment is now, that's what she's.
That's what we're doing.
That's not what I'm hearing.
Okay, again, I'm understanding that the amendment is that the total municipal debt service will be 1.96 plus interest or whatever the first payment amounts to?
Yes.
And that would be the revision?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a motion for this revision?
May I have a motion?
I motion.
Moved by Kurtz,
Second.
second by Marsh. Discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Chang?
Yes.
Delgado?
No.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
As amended, yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, as revised.
That's just amended, now we have to vote on the vote.
That was just the amendment, now we need to vote on the temporary budget.
Okay.
50 million.
May I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Randolph, second by Shabazz. Discussion?
My microphone, please, Mr. President.
Oh, let me turn mine off.
Okay, a question, so point information, what on this vote is the temporary 2018 budget appropriation that we're allowing? 50? Thank you.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Seeing none, call the vote.
Chang?
Yes.
Fauntleroy?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Delgado, forgive me. Delgado?
No.
No? Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Randolph?
Yes.
Shabazz?
Yes.
And Small?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative. And we have public comment on Walker. Valeria Marcus.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Every 98 seconds in America, someone is raped, and half of them are minors. Atlantic County is the top 5 in child abuse. Resolution 217 was passed on March 16, 2016. I have some news report on Aaron's Law later. I know I have 3 minutes. I have some good news to report about CARES Institute for child abuse in New Jersey too. But I want to know when we're going to have child abuse commission meeting. Reverend Williams and I are waiting for the meeting this year because we had 2019, according to this, 3 years to do all this. And I also want to mention, I'm in a small group, child abuse group, with Asbury Church with Reverend Williams. And we have decided, the church council has decided that we're gonna have a sexual abuse support group for 18 over, and we're going to begin in the summer, if nothing happens. It's gonna be it's a step program, and it's a good program to help survivors of sexual child abuse. Kids who are a minor, we have somewhere to send them already. And we're gonna have 2 child abuse foremans at Asbury Church this year. I'm not gonna do them at Carnegie Center because I was asked to come with this little group, and it's a few of us. We're gonna have right there at the church. And everything's going to be free. But I still want to know when we're going to have a meeting to form a Child Abuse Commission, because I have 1 lawyer in Ward 1. I have another survivor, and that means we need 9 to be appointed to get going in 2019. So everybody here knows me on council. You know how to contact me. I would like to have a date and a time for the meeting with the city and the solicitor so we can get moving. Because it's going to take step by step to write this out, and I know what I want to put in it to help our community. And we all know child abuse is on the rise. It's been on the rise forever. So please give me a date, and I can confirm with Reverend Williams. Give us 3 dates so we can do our schedule too, at least maybe 30 days in advance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President. So, Ms. Marcus, Councilman Kurtz and I were talking about it before the meeting started. Since we're co-sponsors of that, we will give you a date within the next week that we're going to meet and get started on that. But we are committed to doing that in the next week or 2. We'll have a date. Excuse me.
Can you give us like maybe 2 or 3 days because we have a lot of
Ms. Marcus?
We will. I'll talk to you after the meeting, but I just wanted to be clear that we are concerned about child abuse. We're concerned about survivors. We're concerned about that whole area, and we're going to move on.
Council President, and I want to thank Ms. Marcus for spearheading this issue and the commission. It seems very worthy and well-deserved, and sorry for the delay in getting it started, but it's definitely one of our resolutions for 2018 is to get the commission up and going. So thank you for your hard work on this issue.
Joe Hicks.
First, I want to thank the electors and congratulate
Mr.
them.
Hicks?
And the microphone.
Speak in the microphone.
Sorry about that. First, I want to thank the electors, and I wish you all the best. And I think you all got a good head up there. Frank, you did a beautiful job, and I'm glad they put you where they put you, because I think you can handle that. And Small, I think you can handle what you did. I think you did a beautiful job past, and I hope you do a good one in the future. So all I got to say is congratulations to everyone, and please belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's.
Thank you.
Joyce Molyneux.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Council President, council members. It's unfortunate that we did not get to speak before you made, you did the regular resolutions. I think that was done on purpose. This is not a family business. Item number 25, public enemy number 1. This is not a family business. This is a city business.
Ms. Molyneux, you were a council person. You know this chamber better than most. There will be no personal attacks, and family is considered personal. Thank you.
Mayor Gillian, Councilman Delgado, Councilman Fauntleroy, and Councilman Tibbet. Today, we stand proud and offer you congratulations for the work we did in your election. Now you have an obligation to prove your worth by placing the residents of Atlantic City first. Yes, I listen to each of you state this phase from time to time. Although there are no accomplishments without compromise, you must stand with our principles and do the work that is before us. You must all now put your ego aside and do the work you are elected to do for this community. You all have also said one time or another that everyone is watching Atlantic City. Now is the time to show them what you are made of. The ball is in your court. The cards have been dealt. Leadership from the council president and the mayor of Atlantic City must take place. The Atlantic City Democratic Committee looks forward to seeing progress made, not delayed. And in the words of the late Lillian E. Waters, if you cannot do business, you have no business here. Happy New Year.
Mr. Goodman?
Good afternoon and congratulations. This was really a test to see if I could use my voice. I have one issue, and I know you already voted on it, this once a month meeting. It ends up being, I learned this in statistics in college. You solve one problem, but you create another one. You solve the problem with dealing with the state, but you've created another problem with the citizens of the city. We don't get a chance to come, so what happens? That one meeting lasts all evening. It's tired, you got your resolutions, you're voting for money things. I think either somebody should be hired for Paula to take care of the business, specifically with the state, or change it. I mean, give consideration to a change. Once a month is not enough to bring the city's business to the citizens of Atlantic City. And I just pray that we could come better. And I know it's difficult with my voice, but it'll be coming back, trust me. Thank you.
Imam Amin?
Let me first thank our mayor, Frank Gilliam, for all the hard work you did for the residents, for our communities, for our faith-based organizations, our community-based organizations, and now you're in a better position to serve the people of Atlantic City. For the council who was re-elected and newly elected, I hope that you bring a different element to this council, this legislative body. To all of you who are here, we've had our fights, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, and I'm asking you, as each and every one of you know that I've talked to you personally, beyond the lights and the cameras and the people, serve Atlantic City and its residents. There was previous people who had your seats, your seat and your seats, and they're not in those seats no more. And there's a reason for a lot of it, because they failed to serve the people of Atlantic City. And the people of Atlantic City stood up and asked for a change. We asked for Mayor Frank Gilliam. We did it by the polls, and we did it with the unity of the people. We asked this council, and the signs is here, that you're still divided. Atlantic City needs unity. If you continue to be divided, the citizens of Atlantic City will replace you as they replace others. We love you. And y'all know me well. I don't have two tongues. We love you. But if you don't serve the people of Atlantic City, we will join the people together to remove you, as we remove the others who didn't listen to us. Please, I implore you, Forget your ego, forget your grudges, work on behalf of the people. And I ask the people, work hard for this city to make them work for you. Thank you.
That's it. Anyone else from the public would like to speak? 36 seconds.
Thanks a lot, Councilman. To our mayor, the mayor-elect, I knew we did it. 4 years, 4 times. Feels good to be a 3-time champion, don't it? But thank all y'all for the hard work. Just for all the residents in Atlantic City to know, Friends in Action is still on its move. And so, upcoming, as we've always done so far, had our Hometown Heroes celebration for Atlantic City residents. So for those of you all know, the ceremony, for those that have been nominated in the past, like Toya Dunstan and other members in this audience here, they're nominated by the people. You found people in the community that have done deeds of service and kindness and have continued to do it from your heart. And for that, we've given the city, the state, our county recognition. Well, once again, we're going to be having the Hometown Hero celebration again. So I'm going to ask all of you on council, everybody in the audience, if you know of an Atlantic City resident who have done some kindness in your community to you, your family, your friends, whether it's a youth to an adult, let us know. As the councilman God always said, we're going to give somebody their roses while they're here, not when they're gone. Okay? And we're going to acknowledge, as we've done in the past, many members who y'all have recommended, and let them see Atlantic Cityans. Let them see those who are a hero in this city. Because we're not failures, we're heroes to ourselves and to our community. So as we're moving forward being united, thanks to our mayor sitting right here and our council that we put there, let's also unite these residents to let them see Atlantic City has heroes.
Anyone else from the public like to speak?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Bashira Khan. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. All that good stuff. I don't need the mic. I got a big mouth. I do. You don't know me. So I just want to say, if judging from the very first, right out the gate, we can't get it together, I got to say we have to do better, men. We have to do better. Or I'm going to be running for something. That's just it. And I want to be accountable for me, and I want to stand in my truth and say if it was anything that I did not do since my stint on the school board, I'm back and I'm reloaded. Because we just have to do better. Just as a people, we have to do better. And so you lead by example. My children are gone. I'm an empty nester. My heart is broken, but I'm strong. And so mental illness. Mental illness. If you've been following on social media, Miss Nicey, all of us have poured out wanting to help her. And if I'm wrong in speaking her name, then I apologize to her and her family. But many of us grew up with Miss Nicey, her mom, Miss Ann, her family. So if we can do something to help her, because it was freezing, and I know we have code blue and we can only do but so much. But when a person is suffering from any form of mental illness, I don't believe they're acting from a good space. And it was cold. It was cold. I know a lot of people pulled over, stopped, and offered kind words to her. But if it's something that you guys can do as a body to ensure that not just Miss Nicey, but a lot of our residents here are brung inside during these cold nights, I would really appreciate it. And again, let's just do something different, move differently as men. Collectively, let's get this thing going, because I want to stay here. I played here, I work here, and I want to stay here. But if you don't create a path for that, then I have to go somewhere else. But I don't want to. So Godspeed. May God bless everybody. Amen. Good afternoon to everyone. I just want to say good afternoon, Council President. I'm
state your
here.
name.
Oh, sorry about that. My name is Brenda Smith. I'm a resident of Atlantic City. I just want to say good evening, Council President, and to all council members. I want to say congratulations to our newly elected mayor, Frank Gilliam, Jeffrey Fauntleroy, Mo to Delgado. And I just want to say, this is 2018, a new year. And anytime a new year come in and the old year go out, it's a new beginning. So I charge our newly elected mayor, all the council members, to focus on a new beginning and a new good turn for all the residents of Atlantic City, all that the city has been through over 2017 and 2017, from 2016 to 2017. It's time for a new beginning. It's time for us to lock and love one another, and I'm praying that the council president and all council members, before y'all come out to your meetings, will have a word of prayer so that y'all can be on one accord and that we can move forward to making Atlantic City a great place for the residents that has lived here all their lives, and especially for our children that is looking at everybody, at all of us, not just y'all, but us as everyone in here as parents. So we have to set the example. God bless everyone and Happy New Year.
Hi, I don't know if this is one. Okay, yeah. I am Marion Brimothy. I'm a part of the youth community. My father is Imam Amin. I don't know most likely if you know who he is. The only reason why I'm coming up here to speak is because I know a lot of people in my youth group is afraid to come up here and talk, and I'm not. So through the past mayors that we have been through, I've seen a lot of youth programs that we have been through, some activities that have been taken away from us. And sadly, it hurts. And I'm hoping that our new mayor and everyone on his team can help bring back some of the stuff. Because we have a lot of things that we want back, activities, everything is gone. And as youth, there's nothing else for us to do. So we get in trouble, we go out and do all this stuff, and y'all wonder why, because we have nothing else here for us to do. I have to go out of New Jersey to do a lot of my activities. And Atlantic City is one of my homes, and I'm praying that you guys help and bring back all of our youth activities, because trust and believe the youth does want to be a part, but if there's nothing here, we're not going to help. So as one of your objectives to do, I pray that you guys help and put forth towards the youth. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public would like to speak? Anyone else from the...
Congratulations. Congratulations to all the newcomers and to the ones who have been up there all along, helped me along the way. Congratulations. Now, Miss Smith came up. She is a young woman.
Take it out.
I work. Does it work?
That drop quicker than the ball last night.
I was up, believe it or not. On a serious note, I'm looking up here. All ethnicities are up there except East Indian, I believe. That means something. It means that everybody in this city wants you to do your job. It's not easy to get voted on. People do it. We vote for politicians because we want them to do what we want them to do, but they tell us what they want us to hear. We want to change that. We want you to do what we ask you to do. We want you to work with him. We want all of you, along with the citizens, who, my friend back here, and a few of us are going to make sure that they come to the meetings to show you that we will get rid of you if we have to. Because we want a change, and we know that all of you are fairly young. Now, you got a whole lot of time that I don't have. So I would like to see it done a little quicker than what I know it can be done. But I really hope that you're sincere and that you will do what's good for Atlantic City and this little baby here. We need jobs. We need people to be proud of Atlantic City. We want our people proud. And I'm not talking about just Afro-Americans. I'm talking about everybody's child in Atlantic City. We want them to grow up in a place that I grew up with and loved. So let's do it.
Would anyone else from the public like to speak?
Good afternoon.
Take the mic off.
I think my voice is deep enough. I might not need the mic. I just want to say congratulations to everybody. My name is Muti Ali Abdullah. I just want to congratulate the new mayor, Frank, the new members, Jeff, and everybody else. I wish that y'all can just really come together so we can really come and build some more youth programs for this community. We are really falling short on that, especially for myself because I come from youth build program, and many people, in this room or some people on this board have known me. I started from the youth program, so I am a alumni from the youth program who came off the streets, grew up and down. If you know my track record, I go from bad to good. But the thing is this, that if y'all can't get along, then how y'all expect the community to get along? Y'all are the head of the community. It's good that we play with a lot of numbers and a lot of stuff that we really don't understand, but the main thing, like Brother Amin said, we already see the separation. It has to stop. Please stop it. I don't know any personal agendas or anything. I'll put it like this. And I hate to put it out there, but if I can change and start liking people, because where we come up from, we used to have different organizations and we ain't deal with certain people. But now if you out on the street like me, you see everybody, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up. But the youth is hurting because they don't have nowhere to go. We took away the programs out the school. All they got right now is what? Basketball, football. It's not about that all the time. We need some educational programs for these kids. Because we got them on the football field, and I'm a coach. When they done, it's nothing for them to do. So it's good to get them off the streets, but y'all have to get something together. So if you take them off the streets, they have somewhere to go. Because we can't pull no kid off the street and say, come on, I need you to go here. I need you to go here. But it's got to be a reason for that, so they can understand, so we can, get things together. But the main thing is that I appreciate that if y'all can come together and be unity and come together, then this is our time for Atlantic City to be great again. It's definitely our time. All right? And y'all lead both. Thank you.
Your name for the record.
Linda Steele, and I want to congratulate all of the re-elected, newly elected, and our mayor, Mayor Gilliam. And I hope you hear what they're saying to you. We all need to be on the same page. We've been putting all our eggs in this one casino basket, but we're better than that. You are going to make us better than that. I think that each of you brings something different to the table. But these little petty differences, they're not little, they're petty differences that need to be overcome because Atlantic City ought to be your main focus. Atlantic City still has so much to offer, and people don't believe that. We have to make them believe it. And it can't happen when we're all being negative and not working together. It's not just about what you can do, it's about what all of us can do. The public plays a big role in this, but we have to let our elected officials know what we like and what we don't like, and we have to do it in a decent and orderly way. And when you disagree on the dais, you have to disagree in a professional and a different manner. You have to be considerate and not polite, but you have to be considerate and think through some of your stuff. It's just not about you. It pains me when I look out at Atlantic City and see what we have now. We were on the decline. Nobody will dispute that. But all these other little beach communities are still thriving. They don't have casinos. So there's something that we can do differently. And this is 2018. I think that we have an opportunity and we can do it. Atlantic City can be great again. It can be a world's playground again. And I think we all just have to have a mind and a desire to see it happen and stop focusing on our individual elevation or whatever. So I'm going to pray, I'm going to continue to pray that Atlantic City moves forward and that everybody that has a role in the movement of Atlantic City will do what's best for Atlantic City. Our youth, we used to have, churches need to get involved. The churches can play an integral role in helping to bridge some of the gaps that we have now. We used to go to dances at the churches in their halls. So we can do this. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I hope that we have a great year. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public would like to speak?
Hello, and congratulations. New day, new year. Excuse my voice.
Please state your name.
LaToya Dunstan. I was going to remain quiet, and then when I seen a young lady come up and speak about the lack of programming for the youth, I felt that I needed to come up and speak on it. This actually makes my 10th year representing the forgotten youth. And still, I think a lot of what I'm saying, I think some understand, but then again, I think some don't understand because it's personal. February, I forget the date, we'll be leaving. Our contract will be ending with the Soldiers Home. Hopefully we can get it renewed to continue to practice. On January 20th, we'll have drill team competition here in Atlantic City. Exclusive will be competing, again, hopefully to hold the title as state champions. And then we also got a letter where we will, exclusive drill team along with exclusive basketball team the team will be in a basketball tournament in Orlando, Florida, and so will exclusive drill team will be competing in the nationals in Orlando, Florida in August. And we keep getting invited and doing a lot for the youth, but I don't feel that we getting the support that we need. I gotta be real. I'm a sick person, born sick, just got diagnosed with another tumor. It's a lot. I would like to see before I leave this earth that the forgotten youth, the ones that come from the village, back Maryland, something for them. Because not all of them want to go to Boys and Girls Club. Because they don't have what they're looking for. The love and compassion, they don't have it. When we had this cold blue, all I could think about is the building that we just had last year this time, taken from us. But that place served during the cold blue. We had the residents in there and they had somewhere to go with heat. We didn't announce it because it didn't need to be announced, but I just wish that somebody just step up and help the forgotten ones, the ones that do not want to go to Boys and Girls Club. And I'm going to keep saying because they keep getting, and they nationally, and they're a national program, so they're going to always have. We got to be real. They're going to always have, but it's youth here in this city that don't want to go there. It's youth here that would like to go to POW, but again, POW don't have some of the programs that they want. It's more than just basketball for me. Dancing clears the mind. Dancing heals the soul. Dancing, performing, that does something. The children of Exclusive have been throughout this United States, traveling over the last 10 years, maybe 800 different shows and winning. I just hope that this council find it in 2018 to be able to step up and help the forgotten youth.
Anyone else from the public would like to speak? Seeing none, public portion is closed. Let me just give a couple comments. One, from a city council point of view. I'm going to urge my colleagues to, and this is all of us as a whole, to be more prepared so that way our meetings are more thorough and efficient. Nothing should be debated up here because you get your packet well in enough time, and with now only meeting once a month, you have your committee meetings. All of these things need to be hashed out in committee meetings. If you're assigned to the committee meeting, show up at the committee meeting. If you have a question, go throughout the week with a council colleague or someone from the administration. Let's get those questions answered. We should be up here just to handle the people's business and get out of here with no grandstanding. We got to stop that. And I want to set the tone early. You'll get your committee assignments in the next day or two, and we'll set the calendar where you have plenty enough time to get your questions answered. All of this, what you saw earlier, is not going to be tolerated. It's not going to happen. And that's my commitment to the people of Atlantic City. Secondly, as you know, the calendar turned 2018 today. We sworn a new mayor. Just like next year, there'll be an election. Every year is an election, but life goes on. And I just want to just say, because I know there's been a lot of talk of what the city of Atlantic City might look like because of personal differences or disagreements. A lot of people, say that city council, because the vote was always 5-4, that they're going to block everything, nothing's going to get done. Let me put that fire out right now. I think that's a disrespect to every man up here, because no matter any personal differences or issues, it's always about the people of Atlantic City. And I'm going to just say me, because Marty's the council president, this is going to happen. Let me just say this, and everybody here know me. I'm as competitive as they come. I was very competitive as an athlete. I played hard, didn't like to lose, and everything that I do, I try to win within the legal limits of the law. Guess what? I lost. No big deal. I woke up the next day, I was still Marty Small. So with that being said, losing an election isn't going to change who I am. And whether you were against me politically, you supported me politically, or you're a bystander, I don't think any honest, able-bodied person can sit here and say that I don't love and care for Atlantic City. That's not the case. I love this city. It's about this city. We're here to do a job. Listen, I know that there's challenges ahead. And, we have to make decisions that is best for Atlantic City. The agenda is Atlantic City. It's no one's agenda up here or down there. It's about Atlantic City. And as the council president, and, with the administration, the state officials, everyone else. I didn't want the state of New Jersey here. I fought harder than anyone against them. But guess what? When they came here, I remained professional because you have to do that. And I'm going to remain professional in this position of council president. If the administration brings something up that's good for Atlantic City, I'm going to lead the charge to support it. If it's not good for Atlantic City, I'm going to tell you why it's not good for Atlantic City, and we're going to move forward. Like I said, the things that I've been through in my life, an election loss isn't going to change me. I lost before. And the interesting dynamic of being a councilman, I ran for mayor against Langford. I never obstructed his agenda. I ran, Don Guardian was one of the candidates. You know, we supported his agenda against the state. So we fought the state, and if it comes another time where we have to go to war against the state of New Jersey, the federal government, or anything else, I'm going to stand shoulder to shoulder with the mayor to do so, because that's my job as an elected official. It's always about Atlantic City. I will take that same fight. Y'all know me, I don't back down from no fight. I take the same fight, energy, and effort into that situation as I always in the past for the residents of Atlantic City. So all those clouds in people's head, what is the city council going to look like? Listen, y'all must not know me if you feel that way. So I just wanted to say that. You know, congratulations to the new mayor, and we have a job to do for the people of Atlantic City. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations, Mayor. Congratulations to the newly elected. Congratulations, Mayor, and congratulations to the newly elected.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you want.
Congratulations, Mayor, and congratulations to the new at large. I just want to sit here, I don't want to echo what Marty says. I just want to say what I want to say. When this mayor sends something down here that's good for this city, we all should support it. Should be no rancor, should be no animosity. It should be for the people of Atlantic City. We're here to represent you, and we need to do a good job. If we disagree on this diet, we should not be disagreeable. We should be professional at all times, and we should do the will of the people. So I congratulate you again. I look forward to serving my term, and I look forward to doing what's right for the people of the city of Atlantic City.
Just briefly, it's not the first time I've had an opportunity to go to I'm sure it won't be the last time. I think all the people that came over here today and talked about the disagreement, one thing was for sure, I asked you today, and we followed you on what you needed to get through this first period. You say you wanted 50, you got it. And then we'll work it out, because I don't think we can do ways to mesh it out. So, again, support, you know, just like I supported everybody else. You deserve it, and you will get it. And this council
I want to echo the chorus. Congratulations to our new mayor, Frank Gilliam. I wish you all the best. There was one comment, and I was just trying to formulate my thoughts, and I think I have them. The one lady that brought up the very notable situation, I believe it's now in your ward, Councilman Randolph, with the lady who is in trouble on the street, and people have had difficulty getting her off the street and getting her help. And I know a lot of people, even on this dais, have been trying to help her, and it really highlights an issue that I do think deserves a comment and a response, that there's a growing number of people that have mental health issues, that this particular lady's from Atlantic City, but there's even people that are, where communities aren't making attempts to help their issues and to heal them and bring God's light to them, and they're being sent here. And on this issue, in addition to a number of them, I would like to work with you, and I say that publicly, and hopefully with all the state monitoring that we have here, they could acknowledge a real problem, and that our laws and our resources to actually address real problems, which was mentioned today, a lady that's on the street right now, are inadequate. And the fact that they are, we should be a model for how a local government interacts with the state government to change laws, to bring about resources, to help. I don't even want to put a number, there's too many people on our streets right now, and you encounter them as much as I do, as much as we do, that have clear-cut mental issues, and we make attempts and the law proves itself inadequate to deal with their plight. And that's unacceptable. That's something that should light some type of fire of inspiration amongst us. And I'm hoping in an 18, Mayor and colleagues, and I know the sheriff was here earlier, we have to do something at the different levels of government to address the mental health crisis in our streets here in the city with the help of the state. And I want to thank that lady for bringing that to our attention. Hopefully we'll pray for her and the other people on our streets first and foremost, that God can make up for our inadequacies with the law and the resources, but then we also need to act in that gap to bring about some type of healing in 18. Thank you.
I wanted to chime in, and I did not want to make a comment because I didn't know HIPAA applied and I didn't get a chance to talk to our solicitor. But every organization in this county and in this city was contacted about that one particular person. When you have the law that states that a person is capable of taking care of themselves and they refuse help, there's absolutely nothing you can do. But it has been looked at, I've had chaplains, every organization from the county. I'd like to commend the police department, Forrest Gilmore at the county, Chaplain Eric McCoy, the fire department, the police department. Every organization has been contacted. It's constant watch, and that's all we can do. I cannot talk about people's personal business up here, but every effort has been made, not only for her, but for other people to come off the street. But because we know that person, and I particularly know the whole family, every effort's been made, no stone's been unturned, and that's all we can do.
Mr. Chairman, let me just say, let me echo all of the comments of my colleagues with regard to congratulations to Mayor Gilman, Councilman Delgado, newly elected Councilman Pomeroy. Best wishes for a fruitful tenure. Let me just put maybe in context some of the votes. Just because there's a vote that's not unanimous, I don't think that indicates to people, and I want people to think about that there's disunity on the council. I think the test is going to be when there are issues that are for the benefit of the city of Atlantic City. If you look at the votes, and they're all public, you can see that this afternoon, when there were votes for the benefit of the city of Atlantic City, there was strong, almost unanimous support when we voted on the budget, when we voted on the repayment of the bond, when we voted on the emergency engineering issues for the bulkhead. All of these are policy issues. All these are issues that there was unanimous support on. So I think when you look at what the city council is going to do in the future, I think when there are policy issues, there's going to be almost unanimity in the votes. When there are other issues that people have choices, that's a different standard. And I don't think that this council should be held to a standard any different from any other legislative body. If you look at the Congress of the United States, if you look at the state government, if you look at the county government, every level of government that we have set up, there is always differences. But when there is a difference that's not based on policy, then that's where there's concern. And I think if you look at the votes that we amassed today, on the votes that dealt with the policy, the things that affect the people of Atlantic City, we voted together. And almost all of the votes on those issues, and it's listed, was unanimous. And I think that's going to be what we're going to offer to Mayor Gilliam. I know I'm going to continue to offer my support. I offered my support during the election. I will continue as we move forward. And I think that the council is going to rise to the opportunity. Everybody up here, they can speak for themselves, but I think everyone realizes the unique position that we're in. Out of the 567 municipalities in New Jersey, the only municipality that has the kind of restricted policy over us is Atlantic City. There's not another municipality in New Jersey that has the restrictions that Atlantic City has. So that's a challenge, I think, and an opportunity, and I am sure that we're going to rise to the challenge and seize the opportunity to do what is right for the citizens of Atlantic City in 2018.
Can I begin, Memo? I'm not even going to touch on some of the things that we were talking about. I'm just going to speak from the heart. When it comes to the city of Atlantic City, we have to give it our all. We have to be willing to put our necks, our names, times, we got to put our blood, sweat, and tears. We really, truly care about Atlantic City. Too often we've allowed our own personal agendas get in the way. We like to mask our personal agendas by having this philanthropic appeal to the community, and we have to stop that. Reality is, we're all carrying our own burdens. Every man up here has to carry his own name, his own responsibility, and he has to be responsible for his own actions. Everyone. So as we move forward, it's going to need you as the city residents of Atlantic City to not only sit up there and rely on what you think a person is going to decide. If it's for the community, you should be making a call. You should be knocking on that door. You should be speaking to him at every juncture you possibly can to ensure that he understands your point of view and why you feel the way you do. So too often we've allowed politicians in our past to assume the responsibility of speaking for us, and that we get caught out there when they don't. We feel shocked. We're all, oh my God, the disloyalty. The reality is that I think that's a unified effort that all of us on both sides of the table play in. We're only loyal to what we assume instead of what we can assure. We have to place that assurance in what we can do. That means you have to open your mouth. You have to speak. I know some scriptures always say, speak into life what you want. So we have to speak to the people in front of you in this dais. Everyone who is responsible to make decisions for the city. Not in Congress in secret, in the back behind this person's house, that person's house, this restaurant outside of the state, whatever it could be. But at every juncture you possibly can. Whether it's Cedar Market, whether it's Save-A-Lot, whether it's late at night trying to get lottery tickets at Muhammad's. Whatever it could be, those are just examples. If you see a person that's supposed to represent you, speak your mind. Because that also solidifies the responsibility that we have in our relationships as human beings. Because this is what we are. Every one of these elected officials, not one wears an imprinted S on their chest. We're all human beings. Each one of us have a family. Each one of us cries. Some of us more than others, I'll agree, I admit. Some of us, we hold on to old oppositions. We're talking about all kinds of beef from back we were like 2-3 years old, when your scummy top scuffed my scummy top on the street. And what does that help now? How does that help us progress? We got old-time families here. I see about 4 families that go back 5-6 generations, and it's the same old opposition. Just like in times we had the same old people behind these individuals, including myself, assuming that they have the ear of the person. Is that okay? To pretend they have the audience of the person and they can make decisions for the person. No one up here is perfect. No one up here is perfect. But I tell you, we have a good system. That's not perfect either. But I think that system also has to execute some way or implement some plan that all of you can play a bigger part of. Too often we've seen in between elections people complain, oh my God, they're terrible individuals. Wait till I run for office. Wait till I become mayor. Wait till I become this. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Instead of doing it immediately. You don't need a title to make change in the community. And then we also, some of us assume that these titles empower us to be Superman, as if we should be entitled and protected. when that's not the case. We're obligated to speak for the people who can't speak for themselves. We're obligated to mandate the policies that's necessary to ensure safety and the better welfare of our community, from our youth to our seniors and all in between. We talk about the forgotten youth. There's forgotten people. The one thing we definitely forget is respect. We don't respect our seniors, we don't respect our children, but we respect the hustle. Isn't that the game? Respecting the hustle. I respect your hustle, I eat, you eat, we all eat. Last time I checked, there's a lot of malnourishment in our community because no one's really eating well. The agendas and the politics, we just came off an election where you see all kinds of vitriolic harm come to our community. This person against that person, I'm against you, this way and that way. People who are just in bed with one another, who are related, become enemies just for the campaign. Posing threat, bodily harm, just for the campaign. Causing harm to multitudes, just for the campaign. And what was won? I'm extremely proud that we held the flag into victory, but we haven't won yet. My brother Frank is now the mayor, it's in his hands. He's got the largest target in the city that he has to execute a master plan. And I trust in his heart he's going to do what he has to do to ensure that Lang City moves forward. And I too intend to give him what he needs to do so. But I also implore him, he understands we go way back. I'm not going to hold my mouth if him and I don't see eye to eye. It may not be in the dice. It might just be a quick head nod like we do. That's fine, because I respect the man for his vision. I respect him for his decisions. I may not always agree. We may not always walk the same path, but we want the best for Lang City. So if he can expose me to a different vision, different view, then that's fine. I'm open to that. Likewise, I think it is. So we have that mutual respect. Council President, his decisions, I may not agree, but his position and his title, I respect. And that's why I hold up very highly the rules of engagement when it comes to the parliamentary procedure. When we do that, we ensure that the message continues and we follow it accordingly. I'm not going to come at you and attack you. I'm not going to come at anyone and attack them in here because that's distasteful. That's dishonorable. I think I'm better than that, and our community is way better than that, and I would assume that I see you as being better than that too as well. So we like to hold on to old concepts. We love to feel that we need to be united. And I too agree, we do need unification, but some of us are not willing to give up. We're not willing to get off of our high horses, not just in the dais, I'm talking about the community, because the real power is in the community, not up here. Yes, we have opportunities to speak on the behalf of the people, but you, the people, are the ones speaking loudly. When dispositions take place and you don't like it, you speak up. So you need to always listen. Give you opportunities that you can speak at any juncture of anything that you have to do. That's one thing I like to hold myself up. I'm not going to shun you. I'm going to listen to everything that you got to say, no matter if you like me or not. I respect the fact if you can't stand me. If you can tell me you can't stand me, I can respect that. I'd rather have that than you smile on my face and hug me and can't stand me. Because I think we played that game too often in our lives as well. I'm for Lang City. Always been for Lang City. I'm going to keep fighting for Lang City. And at times, if you think I'm complacent about stuff, please forgive me. I may be non-conventional when it comes to my approach. But I have intellect enough to understand that sometimes you have to move the proper peg on the playing board if you're going to play chess amongst those that like to play checkers. And this is not a shot at my colleagues. I'm talking about the entire system, including the gentleman behind me who represent the state. The monkey in our back is about guilt. What can we carry on into the next year? Can we wash away the guilt of our transgressions in the past and move forward? I think we can. I think we will. But it's going to take everyone's obligation to assess themselves instead of pointing fingers at others. Assess ourselves. And then put your hand out to shake your hand of your neighbor. take the shape, pick your hands, and make amends to your enemies per se. Because in all actuality, we are all losing if we have enemies in this small little town that we have. Because anything that affects one side affects the other. But we would love to play like some major metropolis like Houston and New York, when we're just only 2 avenues, as large as 2 avenues in Brooklyn. We should be a lot more unified, a lot more accepting of one another, a lot more tolerant of one another, a lot more associated with one another. We should respect each other more and our differences that we have. And in respecting our differences, it unifies us. That's one of the caveats of what we did when it came to the Unity Festival, Unity Parade, trying to highlight our differences, to bring us together to understand that we come from different realms of the world. But here in Atlantic City, we're supposed to be one family. We come from different origins, but here in Atlantic City, we're one family. So I extend to everyone my deepest, sincerest apologies if I bring you any kind of uncommon, some misunderstanding. Just understand I am unconventional. I have to stand on my own 2 feet. I don't trust anyone. And that's the hard parts of being in the position that I am. But I love everyone, and I think everyone has a chance to do good in our city. And I think everyone now is obligated to do more. And I look forward to 2018, and I know we're going to do some fabulous things in the city. I know we are. So I look forward to those things.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for allowing all of us to see another year. Happy New Year to everyone. Secondly, I want to give our respect to the former mayor, Don Garding. Although I didn't agree with a lot of things that he did, I also have to respect that he had a heart for the city, and we wish him the best in his next endeavor. The other group that I want to address is my former colleagues on council. Each and every one of you have impacted me in ways that you may not know. You also impacted me to be able to be the individual that I sit here and be able to actually guide and work with you as we do a lot of good things for the city of Atlantic City. And I think we're going to be victorious in a lot of things that we do. So I appreciate all the dialogue, I appreciate all the head banging, but at the end of the day, it sharpened me to be the man I'm going to be with you guys, and I thank you for that. Lastly, not lastly, but to the workers of the city of Atlantic City, the people who come to work every day under unconventional circumstances, not knowing where their next day is going to be, I want to personally thank you for your dedication and your commitment and to continue to have the city work at its best under dire circumstances. We appreciate you. I'm responsible now for the finances of Atlantic City. And yes, we do have some roads to take, but yet and still we're going to get those things right, and we're going to do that with grace and honor to the citizens of Atlantic City. We are known as the world's playground. And in playgrounds, you normally see people smiling and enjoying themselves. That is why Atlantic City has a great opportunity, because we are the world's playground. We have a multitude of nationalities. We have a myriad of smart, intelligent people. And me being here is not something that I did. It's something that a collective group of people did to come together and have me be their leader. And for that, I humbly thank you for your support. As we move forward, Atlantic City is and will be the shining star of New Jersey, and we're going to work hard to make sure we are and we become the city that our residents want us to be, and the city that we all want our families to be proud of. Happy New Year, God bless you, and thank you.